Traditional.
Every year, the English do traditional dances on the 1st of May to welcome the summer.
Clothing.
It's cold, so wear some warm clothing for the trip.
Bubble.
My little brother likes playing with bubbles in the bath.
Because.
I'm making a sandwich because I'm hungry.
Activity.
My favorite activity is playing board games.
Swimming.
It's a hot day. Let's go swimming in the pool.
Notice board.
The teacher put our drawings on the class notice board.
Age.
I'm 10 years old. What age are you?
Country.
Australia is a very big country.
Mountain biking.
Georgia goes mountain biking with her friends on Mount Parnatha.
Mountain.
Olympus is the highest mountain in Greece.
Karate.
Costas has a black belt in karate.
Watermelon.
It's nice to eat a piece of watermelon after dinner in summer.
Pizza.
People in Italy often eat pizza for lunch.
Cheese.
Greek farmers use sheep's milk to make cheese.
Rabbit.
Susie has 2 white rabbits in her garden, and they love carrots.
Goldfish.
Our cat is watching the goldfish in the pool.
Tortoise.
Many tortoises sleep under the rocks and trees on Greek mountains.
Mountain bike.
Be careful. Don't ride your mountain bike so fast down the hill.
Reptile.
At the zoo, we saw crocodiles and other reptiles.
Kitten.
Mum found a little kitten last year and now it's a lovely big cat.
Snake.
I'm not afraid of snakes, because they are more afraid of us.
Of course.
Of course Anna is Greek. She's from Zakynthos.
Farm.
My grandpa worked on a potato farm in the countryside.
Land.
My uncle has got some land near the sea and he wants to build a hotel on it.
Grow.
Alice grows tomatoes in her garden.
Plant.
Harry hasn't got a garden, so he grows plants on his balcony.
Keep.
Nikos and Maria keep chickens, so they have lots of eggs every day.
Handloom.
People in this mountain village make traditional clothes on handlooms.
Simple.
Football is a simple sport that is easy to play.
Material.
Kate's dress is made of a nice blue and white material.
Only child.
My dad is an only child, but my mum has 3 sisters and 1 brother.
Popular.
Indian food is very popular in Britain.
Special.
We wear special clothes to do karate.
Important.
It is important to write your name correctly on the test paper.
Enjoy.
Do you enjoy eating ice cream in summer?
Chicken.
Uncle Jerry has got 8 chickens, so he gives us eggs every day.
Watch.
I watched Mum making the pizza to learn how she does it.
Collect.
Lucas collected his toy cars and put them in a box.
Teenager.
Now that she's a teenager, Lucy doesn't want to play with her old toys.
Parent.
Andrew lives with his parents and his sister.
Grandmother.
Nicola's grandmother in Italy is her dad's mother.
Kite.
On a special day in spring, Greek people fly kites in the parks.
Great.
Let's go to the park. We can have a great time there.
Fun.
Playing with my dog is fun.
Insect.
My favorite insects are bees because I love honey.
Interesting.
I'm reading an interesting book about animals.
Present.
We presented our project to the class.
Ink.
Write the answers with a pen that has blue ink.
Thumb.
Bob held up his thumb to tell us everything was okay.
General election.
They are having a general election in Russia to choose a new president.
Activity.
My favorite activity is playing tennis.
Photography.
My aunt is good at photography. She takes photos of animals.
Cricket.
Children in India like playing cricket in the park.
Play in a band.
My sister plays the guitar in the school band.
Swimming.
Eleni goes swimming in the sea in summer.
Online.
Do you play online games on your computer?
Profile.
Mum put a photo of our cat on her online profile.
Hobby.
Leslie's hobbies are playing the piano and swimming.
Country.
Which country is Miguel from? Spain or Italy?
Pet.
Sylvia's pets are 2 rabbits and 3 fish.
Travel.
I travel to school by bus every day.
Information.
You can find some information about photography online.
Nature.
I enjoy going for walks near the lake to be close to nature.
Forest.
Monkeys live in the big green forest next to the river.
Area.
There aren't many houses in this area.
Land.
The land next to our house is Mr. Smith's garden.
Hangout.
George and his friends hang out together at the cafe after school.
Street market.
People buy fruit and vegetables at the street market here on Tuesdays.
Souvenir.
His t-shirt with the Eiffel Tower on it is a souvenir from Paris.
Remember.
Can you remember your phone number?
High school.
Eva is 12 and she's in her first year at high school.
Student.
There are 25 students in our class.
Brilliant.
I can't ride a horse, but my sister is brilliant at riding.
Well known.
One Direction is a well-known band.
Artist.
Leonardo da Vinci was a brilliant artist.
Future.
In the future, Ted wants to be a teacher.
Incredible.
This song is incredible. Listen to it.
Close.
Kate and Pauline are close friends and they go everywhere together.
Busy.
Mum is busy at work, so Dad's cooking dinner.
Spend time.
I like spending time with my dog Fred.
Summer.
It's hot here in summer, and we go swimming in the sea.
Sport.
We don't have sport every day at school.
Winter.
It snows a lot in Germany in winter.
Popular.
Is tennis a popular sport in your country?
Also.
I love football, but I also play cricket.
2.
Megan paints pictures of the sea and the mountains, too.
Always.
I always go to school by bus.
Make sure.
Phone Tom to make sure he knows about the basketball game.
Crowded.
The bus is very crowded and we can't sit down.
Tourist.
Hundreds of tourists visit the Acropolis every day.
Family ties.
The family ties between me and my sisters are strong.
Generation.
Grandparents often don't understand the younger generation.
Gene.
All his family have blue eyes, so blue eyes are in their genes.
Cell.
There are millions of cells in your body.
Determine.
His father had brown eyes, and that determined the color of his son's eyes.
Particular.
I like this particular pair of jeans, not the other one.
Ancestor.
My ancestors from my mother's family lived in France.
Be related to.
Kelly and I are related to Dan, he's our brother.
Genealogy.
You can use genealogy to learn about your family's history.
Research.
I did a lot of research at the library, and I learnt where my family was from.
Record.
I found out my grandma's date of birth in the records at the library.
Clue.
Her blonde hair is a clue that she is from Northern Europe.
Mirror.
He combed his hair in front of the mirror.
Take after.
John takes after his dad, whose hair and eyes are the same color as John's.
Look like.
Do you look like your father or your mother?
DNA.
Their DNA matches, so they are in the same family.
Pass down.
Mum's blonde hair was passed down to my sister, but I have brown hair.
Find out.
I want to find out more about my ancestors, and how they lived many years ago.
Put together.
Mum put together a list of all the people in the family.
Relative.
I love all my relatives, but my Aunt Carol and Uncle Ed are my favorites.
Mention.
Don't mention my aunt's age because she gets really upset.
Family tree.
I have a family tree, which goes back to my great-grandfather.
Great-grandparent.
My grandfather's mother, in other words, my great-grandmother was born in a village.
Blank.
This birthday card is blank inside so you can write your own message.
Look for.
I've looked for my glasses everywhere, but I can't find them.
Alive.
Are all of your grandparents still alive? No, my mum's father died last year.
Public records.
We found information about our ancestors in the public records.
Birth.
His date of birth is the 12th of December 2008.
Marriage.
My sister wore a beautiful white dress on the day of her marriage.
Death certificate.
His age on the death certificate is 94, so he was very old when he died.
Move.
My best friend is moving to Canada, but we'll keep in touch on social media.
Search.
She searched for information about her ancestors on the internet.
Similar.
The two cousins look similar. They both have dark hair and blue eyes.
Appearance.
Can you describe his appearance? Well, he's tall and thin and has brown hair.
Transfer to.
The old man transferred the ownership of his house to his granddaughter.
Respect.
The person I respect the most in the world is my dad. He's a fantastic person.
Close.
They've known each other since they were kids, and they are very close friends.
Wife.
This is John Evans, and that is his wife, Gemma Evans.
Marry.
Elizabeth is marrying Luke in June, and they are going to have a big wedding.
Niece.
My niece takes after her mother, who is in fact my favorite sister.
Step.
Jane is my stepsister. We have the same mother, but different fathers.
Nephew.
My nephew Harry is 2 years old, and he makes my sister tired.
Cousin.
Adam is my Aunt Ruth's son, he's my cousin.
Height.
What's the height of Mount Everest? 8,848 meters.
Slim.
She's a fashion model, and she's very tall and slim.
Weigh.
Your brother should eat more. He only weighs 50 kilos.
Overweight.
The man is over 100 kilograms. He's overweight.
Build.
He's a young boy with a slim build.
Beard.
Santa Claus has got a long white beard.
Elderly.
His great-grandfather is an elderly man, but he still lives alone.
Personality.
Sandra has got a great personality, and everyone gets on well with her.
Topography. This map shows the topography of the area, and where the lakes, rivers, hills and mountains are. View.
Viewed from the top of the hill, the house looks really small.
Colorblind.
Many films use computer-generated effects for things which people can't possibly do.
Crushed ice. I'm colorblind, so I didn't know the car was green. Word focus.
I prefer crushed ice in my water.
Synthetic.
Synthetic materials like polyester are hot to wear in summer.
Dye.
Jane used a new dye for her hair, and it's a lovely red color now.
Man-made.
Plastic is a man-made material.
Substance. This substance is poisonous, so be careful. Dominance.
The old lion showed its dominance by attacking the younger ones.
Stimulant.
Coffee is a stimulant and will help you stay awake.
Stability.
Children need the stability of a family environment to feel happy and secure.
Mourning. In Europe, black is the color of mourning, and many people wear black after a relative dies. Early human.
Early humans used plants to make paint.
Variety. There's a variety of sandwiches on the menu. Soil.
The soil in this area is good for growing potatoes.
Signal.
Animals show their teeth to signal that they aren't happy.
Aggression.
The two cats showed a lot of aggression before they actually started to fight.
Attractive.
Steve thought his girlfriend's hair was very attractive and told her how nice it looked.
Mate.
A male bird usually has brighter feathers to attract a mate.
Source.
In the past, the only source for dyes was nature.
Highly.
She's a highly successful businesswoman.
Value.
I've always valued my mother's advice.
Be worth.
That painting is worth £50,000.
Manufacture.
My dad works at a company that manufactures clothes.
Effect.
Do you think some colors have an effect on your mood?
Influence.
Bright colors can influence our mood and make us feel happy.
Symbolize.
Black symbolizes sadness and mourning in most parts of the Western world.
Wealth.
The woman used her wealth and to make the world a better place.
Redden.
My face reddened when I realized I had left my wallet at home and couldn't pay for my meal.
Researcher.
The researcher is studying the effect colors have on the way we feel.
Species.
How many species of animals are there?
Bold.
He always paints with bold colors.
Heart rate.
Your heart rate increases when you run.
Increase.
If you wear a color you like, it could increase your confidence at the interview.
Shade.
Olive green is my favorite shade of green.
Aggressive.
This bull is aggressive, so don't go near it.
Specific.
Is there any specific reason why you dislike the color green?
Come to mind.
When I think of spring flowers, the colors yellow and pink come to mind.
Throughout.
You can find animals like rats throughout the world.
Command.
The teacher commanded the respect of her students because she was fair.
Visible.
The bright red flowers were visible from a distance.
Highlight.
If you highlight the main points in the book in yellow, it will be easier to revise afterwards.
Caution.
The police officer cautioned the teenagers and told them to turn the music down.
Reminder.
The teacher wrote a reminder about the test on the board in case anybody had forgotten about it.
Focus on.
In the lesson today we will focus on color in nature, said the biology teacher.
Associated with.
I associate the color blue with the sea.
Religious.
The cross in this church is a religious object.
Evil.
Do you believe in good and evil?
Emotion.
I can't describe my emotions when my dog died.
Facial expression.
You could tell he had heard good news from his happy facial expression.
Body language.
Her body language showed she was confident. She stood up straight and held her head high.
Communicate.
I communicate with my sister by email.
Disgust.
She felt disgust when she saw the dirty food.
Anxiety.
Try to control any anxiety you feel before exams.
Guess.
I guessed she was angry, as she didn't talk to me all afternoon.
Find out.
The neuroscientist wants to find out what happens in our brains when we experience fear.
Spread.
Fear quickly spread in the bank when a man with a gun walked in.
Neuroscientist.
The neuroscientist gave a talk about how the brain works.
Nervous system.
The nervous system allows the brain to send messages to the body so it can move.
Study.
The neuroscience student read many studies on the nervous system.
Particular.
I remember what happened one particular day. It was the 2nd of July.
Automatic.
Breathing is an automatic function of the body.
Instinctively.
The cat ran instinctively when it saw the angry dog.
Neutral.
He didn't take my side in the argument or hers. He remained neutral.
Motor.
Our motor skills develop slowly, so children take time to learn how to hold a pencil.
Muscle.
The The leg muscles of a track athlete are very strong.
Nerve.
If you damage a nerve, you might be paralyzed.
Mechanism.
Crying is an automatic mechanism which happens when you feel sad.
Deal with.
He couldn't deal with the death of his mother and was depressed for a long time.
Fearful.
Her body language showed how fearful she was of dogs.
Posture.
Dancers tend to have good posture and stand up straight.
Process.
The brain processes information it receives so a person knows how to react.
Lead to.
Too much fear can lead to a panic attack.
Response.
A common response to danger is to run away fast.
Visual.
Artists have a very good visual imagination.
Conscious.
Your conscious mind is the part of your brain that you use to think.
Mind.
Her mind told her not to be afraid of the dark, but her instinct said otherwise.
Aware of.
I'm aware it's late, but I don't want to go to bed yet.
Concentrate.
The neuroscientist study concentrates on how we deal with fear.
React.
Police officers are trained to react calmly in dangerous situations.
Still.
Don't move. Stay still.
Image.
Some journalists take images of world events on their mobile phones.
Carry out.
Research is being carried out on how we react to frightening situations.
Prove.
The scientists hope to prove that there is life on other planets.
Observer.
A few observers saw the boy stealing the shoes from the shop.
Still.
Look at these stills and tell me if you recognize any of the actors.
Participant.
The participants in the study had to look at stills of scared people.
Armed robber.
The armed robber shot the bank manager and ran off with the money.
Pour.
He poured me a cup of tea, but I was too shaken to hold the cup.
Region.
She felt a sudden pain in the region of her stomach.
Connected to.
The way we react to films is often connected to the type of music we can hear.
Responsible for.
The nervous system is responsible for transmitting messages from the brain to the body.
Activate.
Scary images activate the visual part of the brain, and we then feel fear.
Flock.
A flock of birds flew inland to escape the dangerous storm at sea.
Take off.
Hundreds of birds took off and flew away when they heard the gunshot.
Extremely.
It is extremely important to catch this dangerous armed robber, said the police officer.
Evolutionary.
At some point in their evolutionary history, dolphins returned to the sea.
Prey.
Mice are the prey of many large birds.
Scale the heights.
The athlete scaled the heights when he won gold in all his races.
Achievement.
Getting into university was a great achievement.
Overcome.
He overcame his fear of flying and went by plane to London.
Obstacle.
Her main obstacle when she moved to Munich was not knowing any German.
Bivouac.
When the storm began, we bivouacked in the cave entrance.
Bare bones.
He lived on a bare-bones budget while he was a student.
Tandem.
Two people can ride this tandem vehicle.
Staggering.
The banker earns a staggering $2 million per year.
Top-notch.
Major football teams rely on top-notch sponsors to finance them.
Acclaim.
The film received worldwide acclaim and won many awards.
Secure a deal.
The businessman secured a deal with an advertising agency.
Exclusive.
This exclusive arrangement means that only your company name will be on the team's shirts.
Expedition.
The expedition to the North Pole was a dangerous journey.
Inspire.
Watching the Olympics inspired Martin to become an athlete.
Pursue one's dreams.
Rob is pursuing his dreams to become an actor by going to drama school.
Runner-up.
The runner-up was disappointed not to win.
Ultimate.
Climbing Mount Everest is the ultimate challenge for a mountaineer.
Descent.
The descent from the summit to the foot of the mountain took 3 hours.
Remarkable.
The remarkable performance by the team got them into the final.
Corporate sponsor.
The corporate sponsor for the team is Telecom.
Essentials.
2 essentials for a good report are clarity and organization.
Vision.
The architect's vision was to create an energy-saving building.
Quest.
The explorers went on a quest for the mythical city of El Dorado.
Summit.
They climbed up to the summit of the mountain.
Launch.
The boy ran fast to launch his kite into the air.
Highlight.
The highlight of the year was our school trip to the Natural History Museum.
Gender.
She faced gender prejudice in the male-dominated boardroom.
Barrier.
The language barrier between Carlos and Sandra led to many misunderstandings.
Go on to do.
After finishing school, she went on to study at university.
Crush.
PAC crushed Olympiacos 5-0.
Snatch.
Greece snatched the victory when they scored a goal in extra time.
Pocket.
He won the final of the darts competition and pocketed £1,000.
Home turf.
Panathinaikos won on their home turf at OAKA, but they must play CSKA in Moscow next week.
Groundbreaking.
The groundbreaking research could mean a cure for cancer.
Industrial.
The factory is in an industrial area near the port.
Instant.
David Bowie's new song was an instant hit, reaching the top 10 overnight.
Mind-blowing.
His mind-blowing 100-meter sprint was a new world record.
Stunt.
He did a stunt where he jumped over 10 cars on a motorbike.
Leap.
She ran and leapt over the wall.
Beam.
There are large beams across the ceiling that hold up the roof.
Suspend.
The light is suspended in the center of the room by a wire.
Patroller.
The night patroller stopped a man who looked drunk.
Fearlessness.
She showed total fearlessness when she calmly landed the damaged plane.
Enable.
Good marks enabled him to get into university.
Hail.
Bolt is hailed as the fastest man on Earth, having won many gold medals.
Execute.
The tennis player executed the service perfectly.
Tumble.
Doug fell over and tumbled down the grassy hill.
Vertical.
They looked up the vertical cliff and wondered how to climb it.
Face.
The rocky face of the mountain was difficult to climb.
Gaping.
There was a gaping hole in the road where the workmen had dug it up.
Gelada.
Unlike other monkeys, geladas spend most of their time eating grass in the meadows of Ethiopia.
Bear.
The burglar took to his heels when the large family dog bared its teeth and growled at him.
Interaction.
Teachers are under pressure to create positive interactions between local children and immigrant students.
Individual.
Our genetic code is what makes us all individuals, so no two people are quite the same.
Unbeknown.
Unbeknown to us, the boss had heard our entire conversation.
Sustain.
Lance sustained a severe leg injury when he fell off his bike.
Neuroscience.
As research methods in neuroscience develop, there is more evidence to explain how people experience different emotions.
Miraculous.
The patient made a miraculous recovery and was back to work long before anyone expected.
Foreman.
The factory foreman told the workers to take a break while the machines were being serviced.
Dynamite.
Several sticks of dynamite were used to blow up the old block of flats.
Blast.
The explosion had blasted a hole in the side of the building.
Rod.
Ted lost his balance and fell off the ladder when he was putting up the new curtains on the rod.
Compact.
After the household waste is collected, it is compacted into large blocks to take up less space.
Ignite.
The heat of the sun through broken glass can be enough to ignite dry grass and cause a wildfire.
Subsequent.
The cause of the accident was unknown until the subsequent inquiry was conducted.
Propel.
The strong current propelled the raft towards the rocks.
Exit.
James exited the room without saying goodbye.
Skull.
Wearing a motorcycle helmet reduces the risk of injury to the skull in the event of an accident.
Against all odds.
Against all odds, the climbing team made it to the top of K2.
Initially.
Paul's parents were initially surprised at his decision to leave home, but they soon came round to the idea.
Semi-Comatose.
Gwen was still semi-comatose when we saw her after her operation, so she didn't seem to realize where she was.
Physically.
Robin still found cycling physically challenging months after breaking his ankle.
Mentally.
Solving crosswords and other puzzles can be mentally stimulating.
Inappropriate.
I hadn't realized it would be a formal dinner, so my jeans and t-shirt were quite inappropriate for the occasion.
Acquaintance.
Laura has a large number of acquaintances on social media sites, most of whom she has never met personally.
Hold down.
John had difficulty in holding down 2 jobs at once as he was utterly exhausted.
Epileptic.
Tom became epileptic as a result of a head injury.
Seizure.
Aunt Hilda was admitted to hospital after her heart seizure.
Post-traumatic.
Nusser suffered from post-traumatic stress after his town was bombed.
Disinhibition.
Certain drugs which have caused people to experience sudden social disinhibition and lead to self-destructive behavior are banned in Australia.
Frontal lobe.
In the past, mental illness was treated by removing all or part of the frontal lobes.
Cognitive.
It's amazing how children's cognitive development varies according to their upbringing.
Inhibit.
Students felt that their new teacher inhibited them from learning with her strict manner.
Self-awareness.
Watching how you behave on video can lead to a greater sense of self-awareness.
Solid.
Though Ken was the prime suspect in the murder investigation, the police had no solid proof to arrest him.
Trauma.
Alex needed the help of a psychologist to help him through the trauma of his parents' divorce.
Introductory.
The college offers a range of short introductory courses for foreign students.
Sort out.
The most sought-out paintings fetched a good price at the auction.
Groundbreaking.
Before the groundbreaking discovery of antibiotics, people used to die from infections that are now curable.
Temperament.
Lucy's calm temperament makes her an ideal school counselor.
Track.
Our tutor gives us monthly tests to track our academic progress.
Well-being.
Having enough sleep is as important as diet and exercise for your overall well-being.
Infancy.
Children's psychological development depends greatly on the stimulus they receive during their infancy.
Invaluable.
The internet has become such an invaluable source of information that we now feel quite deprived if we cannot get online.
Intricate.
The neutral shade of the curtains went well with the intricate floral pattern of the carpet.
Mosaic.
The path leading to the mansion was a mosaic of broken tiles and pebbles.
Keenly.
Visitors to the zoo keenly observed the young panda's behavior.
Devoted.
Barbara is utterly devoted to her grandchildren and adores spending time with them.
Optimal.
The car reaches its optimal fuel efficiency at an average speed of around 50 miles per hour.
Attribute.
Modesty is one of Malcolm's greatest attributes, as he's rather quiet about his own successes.